Hey guys, T here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm really excited to be sharing with you my top 10 plant-based things or foods or items, whatever you want to call them. But these are things that helped me transition over to a whole foods plant-based diet really easily. It kept things simple. They actually still help keep things very simple for me and my family. And I'm not only going to be showing you 10 of my favorite things, I'm actually going to throw in a bonus item, so you're going to want to make sure you stick around till the end of the video to check that out. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I wasn't sure I was actually gonna be able to bring this video to you this week. It's been crazy. It's a crazy start to summer. My kids' schedules are just, I'm trying to figure out how to do all this, but what I love to share with you here on this channel is how to make transitioning to a plant-based lifestyle really easy. And I feel like this video can really add value to that for you. So I found a way to make it work. Looking all disheveled and all, who cares, right? It don't matter. Let's just get right to this so we can start making things more simple. All right, now first on my list, and let me just say these are in no particular order, these are just at random. First on my list are bananas. Now, bananas are not only super nutritious and delicious, they are also a fantastic snack. One of these babies will keep you so much more full than a little 100-calorie pack, let's say. You can eat one large banana around 100 calories. That's going to fill your stomach way more than, let's say, a couple little crackers that equal 100 calories. Not only are they delicious, did I say that, and satisfying, these are great to make smoothies with, to make nice cream. They're great to add in baking when you're baking something. I love to put a smushed up banana in oatmeal to add natural sweetness. These things are gold in my house. And just as an example, this morning we were running out of the door really quick. I wasn't quite hungry for breakfast, but we had to leave, and I didn't want to force a big meal down my throat. So I grabbed a banana, took it with me, and about 30 minutes later when I got hungry, I ate it, and it was so satisfying. It was filling for the moment and for a little bit longer after that, and it did the trick. These things are awesome. All right, the second thing on my list that has helped me transition over to a whole foods plant-based diet with no oil, I should say, is veggie broth. Now, yes, you heard me say no oil. I'm not gonna go too much into this because those of you who follow a whole foods plant-based diet are probably refraining from oil. You know why. But for those of you who don't understand why a whole foods plant-based diet excludes oil, there's just been many studies done that show we don't need oil, and it's actually not very healthy for us. Oil is just extracted, pure liquid fat extracted from a plant. Yes, we need healthy fats in our diet, but in my opinion, and in the opinion of many other doctors out there, that fat that we ingest should be coming from whole plant foods, plants or foods that you find in nature. There is no need for us to extract all of this liquid fat from these plants when we can just eat them. Oil is also the most calorically dense food on this planet. So if you are trying to lose weight, I highly recommend getting that out of your diet. There's close to 150 calories in 1 tablespoon of oil. And most people are using 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil just to saute their veggies in, like before they even start creating their meal. It just doesn't need to be a part of anyone's diet, really. Yes, again, we do need to eat healthy fats, but we can get that fat from whole plant foods, things like avocados, nuts, seeds, you get the point. But I will say veggie broth has really helped with transitioning and with not using any oil. So I use this to saute my veggies in when I'm cooking. Now you can use water if you'd like, but I just like to use veggie broth because it just adds a bit more flavor to my meals. But you guys, I cannot tell you enough how much this has helped my transition over to a whole foods plant-based diet. This is one thing we are never without in my house. It is always stocked up in the pantry, and we always have one open that we keep in the refrigerator, and I just grab it, pour it in my pan, saute my veggies. Amazing. All right, the next item that I cannot live without and made my transition over to this way of life so much easier is frozen rice. Okay, now let me say this. I know a lot of y'all can't find frozen rice. Oh wait, this way. You can't find frozen rice at your local grocery store, and that's okay. You know what you should do? On the weekends, make a big old pot, a big bunch of rice, and freeze it for yourself to use throughout the week. You guys, this has made my life. I mean, if I had to pick my number one favorite plant-based item, it's frozen rice. It has made my life so much easier, especially being a mom with kids. You know, we're having to take them here and there in school, and they don't know what they want to eat. I got to figure out what this one wants to eat. It pretty much always involves rice because I can quickly just pour it in a pot. If you are looking for quick and easy meals for you or your family, I'm telling you, the frozen rice is where it's at, because you can throw the rice in a bowl, pop it in the microwave. You can put the rice in a pot and then throw in other items that you may be cooking and kind of make like a one-pot meal, but it goes really quick. Think about it. When you don't use frozen rice, you have to spend 20 to 30 minutes cooking the actual rice. I don't mind doing that sometimes, but a lot of the times I don't have the time. So the frozen rice saves me, and I cannot recommend it enough. Now that leads me to my next two favorite items, which are frozen veggies and canned beans. You guys, change your life, I'm telling you. If we're talking quick, easy, and delicious meals, all three of these, this is like the trifecta of 5 to 10 minute meals, because all you have to do is throw some frozen rice, some frozen veggies, and some beans from no salt added, a BPA-free can, so no salt added beans. You just throw these three together and you have a meal. Put some spices on there, done. I'm telling you, I can't explain enough how just frozen veggies and canned beans have really helped me move over to this way of life. And I want to say this because let's think about it. If you remember when you switched over to this, to a whole foods plant-based diet, or maybe you're doing it now, it can be really overwhelming having to think about what to make. Okay, I remember when I switched over, I had this feeling that I needed to make all these extravagant meals that I saw on Pinterest. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I went on Pinterest and I searched, whole food plant-based meals, and there was just a plethora of amazing looking dishes, but that required me to be in the kitchen for so much time. And when I switched over, it was just me and my family. The rest of my family wasn't even switching over. So not only did I have a meal to make for myself, I had to make another one for my kids and my husband. So the last thing I really wanted to do was spend time in the kitchen. So when I discovered easy meals, okay, when I kind of figured this out for myself, I can't tell you how the frozen veggies and the canned beans and the frozen rice had simplified meals for me. And I want that for you. I want this, again, this is the whole reason why I do this channel. I want transitioning over to be easy for you as well. I want sticking to this way of life to be easy as well. And in my opinion, this is the way to do it. Now, I'm not saying I don't eat fresh vegetables or that fresh broccoli and fresh peppers and all those other things. I'm not saying that those are not good for you. There are amazing benefits to fresh veggies and fruits. I'm just saying that when you're in a pinch, when you are finding yourself overwhelmed, when it's summertime and you have crazy schedules with the kids, instead of maybe faltering or having a moment of weakness where we want to kind of eat something that might not be the healthiest for us, consider throwing these things in a pot, okay, for 5-10 minutes with some seasoning, and make your life easier and have yourself a delicious whole food plant-based meal that is quick and easy and good for your body. Now, one thing I do want to add really quick, just with talking about canned beans, it's amazing to eat, dry beans and soak them overnight and cook with them. I highly recommend doing that. I do that as well. But again, when you're in a pinch, canned beans can be just as nutritious as dry beans. You just want to make sure you're getting a BPA-free lining can. And now, at least I know at Whole Foods, they are selling beans in little cartons. So if you don't want to buy beans in cans, you can buy them in the cartons. But I also highly recommend that you get canned beans that say no salt added, because of all of that extra sodium in there. If you can't find no salt added canned beans, make sure that you are straining and rinsing them to get all of that excess sodium off of them. If you get no salt added, and which I do, I don't mind sometimes cooking with the bean juice in there. There are studies done that show that there are some extra amazing nutrients in that bean juice. So again, try to get BPA-free lining cans, no salt added, and if you can't get no salt added, make sure you are rinsing your beans. Okay, now for this next one, I think this may be number 6. I'm not sure. I kind of lost track. But anyway, it doesn't matter. For this next one, since we're talking about throwing meals in a pot and making a quick 5-minute meals, I am sharing with you 2. Okay, so you're gonna get a 2-for-1 nutritional yeast and soy sauce. Now I use low sodium soy sauce. Sometimes we get tamari. If you like to eat gluten-free, get yourself some tamari, but nutritional yeast and soy sauce together is the bomb. I am telling you, I use this combo on almost everything I make in this house. So when I'm throwing frozen rice and veggies and beans together in a pot, you better believe I'm putting some nutritional yeast in there and some soy sauce, mixing that around. It makes such a delicious flavor. I don't know how to explain it. You're just gonna have to try it for yourself. I have a lot of recipes where I use these 2 together here on YouTube, and I'll make sure to link them up above and in the description box. I highly recommend that you try this combination on your meals, mostly when you're doing like a rice dish or a noodle dish with veggies of some sort. It's so good, and I had to share this with you. Moving on to number 7, maybe, on my list. Now, I haven't talked about these in a really long time, but how can I not put them on this list? These are Dr. Mcdougal's, his brand of food, Right Foods, his soups. Now, I used to be an affiliate with them, and I'm no longer an affiliate, so that should tell you how much I love these. I'm still sharing these with you. And before, when I shared them with you, I genuinely loved them. I wasn't just doing it because I was an affiliate. But even so, now I'm not getting paid on any of this stuff, and I still want to share it with you. These little gems are lifesavers when transitioning over to a whole foods plant-based diet, as well as when just living this life forever. They're probably one of the healthiest pre-packaged foods you can find out there. They obviously have Dr. Mcdougal's name on them, and they are just full of minimal ingredients, real ingredients that are dehydrated. All you have to do, there's a little packet of spices that comes inside. You just fill the carton with water, pop it in the microwave, or you can just I love to take these on road trips. So you can bring a thermos of hot water, pour it in there, put your spices in, stir it up, and you have a healthy, whole food, plant-based meal on the go. Dr. Mcdougall offers the black bean and lime soup. Now this is so good. I actually think this makes some of the best refried beans I've ever had. Once this is, soft, once the hot water kind of absorbs in there, if you just let this sit for a couple minutes, I'm telling you, it makes the best refried beans you'll ever have. I love this pad thai noodle soup. Now, when I first transitioned over, I had this quite frequently over just broccoli. I would take frozen broccoli, defrost that really quick, make one of these, which takes a minute and a half, pour it over the broccoli, and I had this delicious, very filling noodle dish that took minutes, and it was super satisfying. Now, yes, I know these are prepackaged. We should be eating as many whole plant foods as we can. But again, in a pinch, these are lifesavers, and I can't not share that with you or put that on my list. I can't recommend these enough. Now, there is a decent amount of sodium in these. That never really bothered me, because if I did have one of these for the day, it was pretty much the only added sodium I had for that day, because I don't really add salt to many of my meals. So that never bothered me, but if it does bother you, Dr. Mcdougall or Right Foods does offer low sodium soups. I will put a link in the description box for you. Again, this isn't an ad, I'm not getting paid for it, I'm just genuinely sharing with you one of my favorite items when it comes to transitioning to and sticking to a whole foods plant-based diet. Ooh, a lot of talking. I need a little water break. Okay, moving on to the next item, which is potatoes. You guys, I don't think I need to talk much about potatoes. I mean, and let me just say this. I grew these myself. Oh yeah, it was like filled up to here. For those of you who follow me over on Instagram, you know how many potatoes I had. I still have so many more potatoes. I'm so proud of these, but I grew these for a reason, because we eat them so much here in this house. Yeah, potatoes are so satisfying. These are actually the most satisfying food on the planet. I'm not making that up. Pause this video, Google it. Go Google, type in there the most satisfying food on the planet, and I promise you, potatoes are going to pop up. I mean, God knew what he was doing when he made this plant. We eat these all the time. I should say I eat these all the time. I probably eat them the most. They're so great to have around because it's quick and easy. Now, obviously, if you want to bake a potato in the oven, that can take up to an hour, sometimes maybe an hour and a half. That takes some time, but it's super easy to wrap that baby up in foil, put it in the oven, and forget about it. You can also cook these really quick, especially these little, I call these 2-bite potatoes. You can throw these in an Instant Pot, cook them in 8 minutes, throw it in a bowl, top it with my Hungry Vegan Mama sauce, mix it together, throw it on top of lettuce, and have yourself an amazing potato salad that will keep you full for hours. You can have a potato with lentil marinara on top. Oh my gosh, so delicious. You can make yourself some French fries, some oil-free French fries in the oven. There are so many things you can do with potatoes. They're so easy to eat. Like, they're so easy. Just poke some holes in it, heat it up, bam. I love to couple potatoes with broccoli and pour my cheese sauce on top, you guys. I mean, I really don't think I have to go much more into potatoes, but these things we cannot live without. I cannot live without. I don't know how I would have lost 50 pounds without potatoes. They kept me so full, so satisfied. Oh, and might I add, they are so low on the calorie density scale. So yeah, they are low in calories and keep you full for a while and keep you satisfied. So they are a win-win with weight loss. Thank you to these lovely potatoes. So proud of these in particular, because I grew them. Okay, moving on to number 9, and I kind of touched on this a little bit, or I mentioned it in the last one, but number 9 is sauces, okay? If you don't have yourself a good sauce, a good, healthy, whole food, plant-based, low-fat sauce to slather on your veggies, what are you even doing? I'm serious. You guys, a good sauce is going to help you eat more veggies if you find yourself having a hard time doing so. That was me. I was one of those people when I transitioned over. I mean, yeah, I liked broccoli and I liked other green veggies, but I didn't want to eat them. I wanted to keep eating all the other things that didn't involve green vegetables, but I knew I needed to, and these veggies are so good for us. And until my taste buds kind of changed, until that happened, I knew I needed a good sauce to kind of put on top of those veggies to make them a little more enjoyable for my mouth. So I came up with this amazing, delicious, oil-free, low-fat, per serving, vegan cheese sauce. Now, those of you who have this cheese sauce, most of y'all are obsessed with it. So am I. I don't blame you. It's delicious. It's different than a lot of the other ones out there. I highly recommend you try it out. I will put a link up above and put it in the description box, but it's so good. You don't have to have this cheese sauce though. I know I'm kind of bragging on mine, but really there's so many out there. Just get yourself a good cheese sauce. If you find yourself having a hard time eating veggies, this is going to make things a lot easier. Now, not just cheese sauce, there's taco sauces. There's also my Hungry Vegan Mama dressing. That is also pretty popular. I mentioned mixing that in with potatoes. I use that for my potato salad. So good, so satisfying. And while we're on the topic of sauces, because I kind of love the sauces I have created, I'm coming out with two new cookbooks this summer, and one of them is gonna be called Saucy Vegan Mama. I know, super cute, right? Not Hungry Vegan Mama, Saucy Vegan Mama. And I'm gonna have 30 plus different oil-free, whole food, plant-based sauces, so keep an eye out for that. If you're not following me over on Instagram, make sure you do so you can kind of keep up with the release. But yeah, having a good sauce can make all the difference when transitioning over to this way of life and with sticking with it. I mean, yeah, this helped me with transitioning over, but I'm still eating it, and I'm gonna keep eating it until I can't no more. You know what I mean? All right, and number 10, and don't forget, I have a bonus item, so don't be going anywhere after I tell you this one. Number 10 is cereal. Now, before you go getting all freaked out on me like, oh, cereal's not very healthy, listen, there is one out there that is very healthy for you, and it's called Rip's Big Bowl. Now, those of you who know me know I love me some Rip's Big Bowl. So much that I have my own container, and it says Tia's Big Bowl. I fill this up with a couple boxes, or I did. Rip's Big Bowl, they're actually, I know a lot of y'all have been asking me about this, but they stopped production on it for a while. I think they're reformulating it, and it's supposed to be coming out, I think, pretty soon, the new formulations. I can't wait. I'm not really sure though on a date, but I will tell you, this cereal I just love. It is full of amazing grains and walnuts. I love the tri-berry. It's actually called triple berry. I call it tri-berry. So it's got freeze-dried berries in there. This cereal is so good. Oats, all great things. I get so much energy from this cereal, and it's definitely noticeable. Like, it is a noticeable amount of energy that I get, and it is sustained. I mean, it lasts a long time. I usually love to eat this cereal before I go for a run. I love to really eat it quite frequently. But because it's been kind of hard to get lately, my husband and I kind of just came up with our own. We tried to just look at some of the ingredients in there, make one for ourselves. So I went ahead and put that on my blog. If you want to try to recreate your own Rip's Big Bowl until it comes out. I don't want to disappoint y'all by saying, hey, this is one of my favorite things, and then you can't get it, because it is so awesome. Again, this is something that I just can't live without. It made my list and I have to share it with you, but the good news is you can go and make it for yourself if you want. I will link my blog post on making this cereal. So yes, I know cereals aren't typically the healthiest, but this one is. And if you want to continue to have cereals and continue to be healthy, I highly recommend this one. Okay, it's time for the bonus one. Let me grab them really quick, hold on. Lemons. Now you're probably thinking, womp womp, lemons. Why would that make your list? Well, I'm here to tell you, because I can't tell you how many DMs I get over on Instagram from you guys asking me what else I drink besides water. And I gotta tell you, I drink a lot of water, but when I get tired of it, because I'm gonna be honest, I get tired of it, what I do is I make lemonade. Oh. Yeah, this all actually started because prior to my family moving over to a plant-based diet, when they moved over, I also became like hyper aware of the amount of juice my kids were drinking. And I'm not talking about fresh juice from actual fruits and veggies. I'm talking about juice bought at the store. Now, I always tried as a mom to buy the organic, low sugar juices for my kids, and I always made sure that they only had like 1 little or 2 juice boxes a day. But when they switched over and they started eating healthier, I started to really focus on what they were drinking as well. And I wanted to get rid of the juice if we could. And the only thing I thought of replacing that with, besides water, because my kids do drink a lot of water, was lemonade. We also were in the middle of a pandemic, and lemons, my friends, are full of vitamin C. So, it was kind of a win-win, getting rid of the juice, continuing all the water with my kids, but introducing fresh lemonade. And the way that we make this, where it still continues to be healthy for them, I'm not jam-packing it with sugar, is I just take water, I squeeze the lemons in there. I love having a handheld juicer. And then I just take a little bit of stevia, liquid stevia, put that in there, mix it up, and there you have it. We have a delicious cup of lemonade. Now, one thing to remember with lemonade, yes, it can be really good for you, but too much of it can be bad for the enamel of your teeth, I'm being told, or I've read. So just watch how much you drink it or how much you give to your kids. Maybe drink it with a straw. But I gotta say, lemonade is such a healthy, great alternative to water. And I'm not saying replace water. I'm just saying if you're getting tired of all the water, have yourself some lemonade and just make it healthy. Don't douse it with tons of sugar. Use a little bit of liquid stevia. Some people don't like any sweetener. They just love lemon water, and that is amazing too. So I just wanted to share that with you. Very easy to make, very delicious. There you go. All right, we did it. I didn't know how this was gonna go with the first week of summer and having to film YouTube videos. I didn't honestly know what was gonna happen with my kids being crazy upstairs, but it seemed to have worked out, so thank you for your patience. Before I go, I just want to mention, if you found this video helpful, will you please give it a thumbs up? And also, if you're looking to transition to a plant-based diet, or maybe you have transitioned but you're having a bit of a difficult time sticking to it, I highly recommend you check out my book called Simple Vegan Mama. In this book, I share with you all of the different tips and tricks that I implemented in my life to make this new way, this new amazing way of eating a reality and last forever. So I highly recommend checking that out. I also include a 28-day easy meal plan for you with quick and easy meals. So look for that link in the description box. And that, my friends, is it for me today. I hope y'all have a great rest of the week, and I will be seeing you next Monday. Cheers.